and welcome to another episode of our From the Helm series, live here at the Resources Rising Stars Conference, our gather round for 2025 in partnership with Bell Financial Group. I'm Grady Wulff, market analyst with Bell Direct. Familiar face here, Luke McFadyen of Minerals 260, Managing Director. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Pleasure to be back here.
Very exciting times. You've recently done a massive deal. Can you tell us about that first of all?
Look, on the 1st of January this year, we signed an acquisition agreement with Zygen Norton Goldfields for the acquisition of the 2.3 million ounce Bullabuling Gold Project.
Massive.
It sits 70 kilometres outside of Kalgoorlie, and we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, so Bullabuling, tell us about what attracted you to it. Obviously, we know it's in the right place at the right time.
Brilliant location. We were looking for large-scale projects that we could add value to, both through the drill bit, through feasibility studies, and then through production. So this ticks all those boxes. Location is brilliant. We've got 2.3 million ounces already. It's open down dip. It's open along strike. It's the reason why, as a $30 million company, we went ahead and signed a $166 million deal and then did a $220 million cap raise to seal the deal. So we shot for the stars and we think we've pretty much hit it.
Yeah, so gold is running red hot right now, hit 3,043 US an ounce today. Does that provide pretty strong tailwinds for Minerals 260?
Absolutely. Look, there's no doubt raising money when the commodity price is going forward is helpful. But look, ultimately the raise was successful that we just did because of the fundamentals of the project and the team that are backing it. So if the rocks aren't solid in the ground, then really nothing else matters. And so through our own due diligence and through the due diligence of our new investors, that's really why we were successful. But then, of course, yes, the cream on top of a strong gold price absolutely helps.
Now, were you looking at other assets at the time of Bullabuling, and why did you go with Bullabuling?
Look, for about 2 years that we've been you've been interviewing me, we've been talking about this M&A strategy. We were looking at multiple projects, both in Australia, outside of Western Australia, as well as globally. So we were always running a pretty fast and heavy M&A program. But this Bullabuling always stood out as a fantastic opportunity.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what metric you rank it on, it ranks incredibly highly.
Now you did complete that $220 million capital raise with Bells, thank you. Talking about that, you got some pretty big shareholders on your register now. Tell us about the significance of those.
Look, Tim Goyder, the chairman, and I did a global roadshow. We went through Hong Kong, North America, Europe, and then obviously Australia. And the interest was fantastic. So the register that we've been able to put together is a register that wants us to build a company and build a mine and build Bullabuling. And so we ended up with about 40% institutions, both globally and domestic. Board and management will retain about 6.5% ownership, with Tim being the biggest at just over 6%. And then the rest, high quality, high net worth retail individuals. And so we really do have that register to build the company. And
Tim is a big name in the industry, obviously. What does his credibility bring to a company like this?
Oh, there's no doubt this deal is not possible without it. That's the blunt fact of the matter.
People love what Tim touches.
And it's not, you're not accidentally successful multiple times. The way he thinks, the way he understands risk, the way he understands value, the way he invests is phenomenal. You don't accidentally build multiple successful companies. So it is a privilege to work alongside him. As the chair, he is intimately involved in what we do. He came on the roadshow with me. We did 80 meetings together.
Wow, a lot of meetings.
A lot of meetings, but we needed a lot of money. And so as a $30 million company, we had to see a lot of faces, but it was worth it.
Heading into this year, what do you have planned for Bullabuling? And then can you give us an overall timeline for studies, of feasibility studies into development, into production?
Look, so one of the things that we were able to do while we went through our recompliance process was actually plan our exploration. So we were suspended for the last 2.5, 3 months. So whilst we were running down that legal pathway, my exploration team were actually planning on the ground activities. And so we actually start drilling on Tuesday. Drill pads are being cleared today. Heritage survey's being completed. Environmental work has been completed. And so the rig starts turning on Tuesday. We will drill 80,000 metres in the next 5 or 6 months. Have 3 to 4 rigs turning pretty quickly. A new resource update by the end of the year. We've already started our geotech, hydro, metallurgy, feasibility study work. That will culminate in the completion of a DFS by the middle of next year. FID the second half of next year. Construction and then we're into production in the second half of 2028.
Wow.
So we're going to move fast.
Come pretty quickly.
But the opportunity is there, right? It's the market is ready, the project is ready. This is 2.5 million ounces today sitting outside of Kalgoorlie that is undeveloped.
Yeah.
No one else has this opportunity. So we see it as a fantastic opportunity for our shareholders.
Now, what does the size of the mineral resource look like from a broad scale compared to other assets in the region?
Look, so
or
we've
even
got,
in WA?
So we've got 2.3 million ounces, both indicated and inferred.
Yeah.
Just under 1 million ounces of that is indicated.
Yeah.
So it's significant.
Yeah.
It's got substantial scale. And what really excited us, and particularly Tim as a previous drilling company owner, is that this thing is wholly open at depth and along strike.
Yeah.
So we're optimistic about the ounces that we can add. The only way to prove it now is get that drill rig turning.
Drill. As Trump says, drill, baby, drill.
Exactly right.
Now, what can investors expect over the next 12 months, Luke, at Minerals 260?
Look, from the start of drilling next week, you'll see regular news flow. With that amount of rigs, that amount of data coming in, well, look, we target to get an announcement out at least every month, every 4 to 6 weeks. On top of that, all the progression of the study work, which de-risks the development pathway. You'll see new people added to the team. You'll see a new resource update by December, and then FID next year, and then into construction. So, look, it's going to be a fast journey, but the way we think about it is we're adding value and de-risking at the same time. So we're pretty excited where this company can go.
Luke McFadyen of Minerals 260 Managing Director, thank you so much for your time today. We are so excited to see what the next 12 months has in store for Minerals 260. So stay tuned for my next catch up with Luke and all other content we produce at Bell Direct.